Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us again this week at Facebook Live with Serene Labs. Our special guest today discussing design, marketing, and how to build a brand, our Chief Marketing Officer, Nimrod May,
Hi, everybody.
and our Art Director, Oren Moshes.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you both for joining us. Please introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about what you do here. Oren?
Hi, Owen Moshes. I'm the art director here in Serene Labs. I run the design studio where we design all hardware and software and basically all the visual communications you saw so far. And of course, the new phone design and interface. The studio is comprised of industrial designer, UX and UI designers. My personal background is industrial design, and I have a second hat of painting art.
Great. Thank you, Oren. Nimrod?
Hi, everybody. I'm Nimrod May. I bring many years of experience in leading marketing positions. 15 years ago, I co-founded a viral video agencies before the age of user-generated content. Worked my way through small and big companies such as Disney and Perion, which is a publicly traded company. One of the biggest marketing efforts I took on myself was launching a company called Get Taxi, which is one of the leading transportation applications. It's a $3 billion company. I've done some years in venture capital and did my own investments as an angel investor, but my biggest passion is cracking and raising above the noise with bringing successful brands and services out to the market on a global scale.
Thank you, Nimrod, and thanks to everyone who's joined us. Please send in your questions. Again, we're talking marketing, branding, design. Today here on Facebook Live, get your questions in. We already have a question from Mikola, who's asking, okay, do you guys need a marketing intern?
Mm-hmm. Always, you're very welcome to send your CV through our Facebook messages, and I can promise you that we'll take it in full seriously.
Let's dive right into it, guys. One of the questions that we get asked often on our very popular Telegram channel, Facebook, and Twitter is about Messi. How does Messi fit into the Serene Labs branding?
So obviously part of the Serene Labs vision is to bridge the gap between the mass market and the blockchain economy. And I think choosing Messi is one of, I think, the most recognized soccer player, if not the best soccer player in the world, is something that would create an immediate connection between what we envision on delivering, which is an outstanding user experience, which is one of the biggest problems in blockchains. And we are preparing many surprises with Messi. Some of them are coming really, really soon. I will not share the news yet, but stay tuned.
Well, CJ is asking, are there any plans for commercial?
I want to say yes, of course there are. I mean, we didn't take Messi just to be an Instagram or Facebook ambassador. I hope it answers the question.
Okay, and Alex has made a comment that we need to speak a little bit louder so everyone can hear us. We want to make sure that you hear all of the answers that we have to your questions today. So we're going to do that for you, Alex, and everyone else joining. Owen, we once had a great conversation. We were talking about the name Serene Labs and where it comes from, and you shared with me a really cool story about Serene, what it is. Can you share that with everyone else?
Yes, of course. Just clear my throat for the sake of volume. So Serene is a mythological figure of partly a woman, half a bird. It's a takeoff of on the Greek siren, but was adopted into the mountain area, so it became a bird. Some Christian influences changed it into or mixed it into the bird that sings at the gates of heaven. So there's magic about it. There's a lot of power about it in mythology. These are the realms that we found fitting to our brand.
Great story. Now let's talk about the design of the FINNEY. Owen, how do you even begin designing a phone?
Oh, it's a very wide exploration. We've been working on the current model for over 6 months now. And basically, what we had in mind was taking inspiration from our previous Solarian phone, which was designed by Karim Rashid, and we realized it into production. So it has a very sharp edge, a tip, and it's in a glimpse, it's very different than anything else you see in the market currently. So we took that tip, that edge, we refined it, and we kept working on that design language in several different directions, and then we chose our preferred direction, and we keep pushing in that direction, refining and redesigning elements, and working towards production right now.
And Christopher is also asking about our brick and mortar locations, what they'll look like. Is there anything you can tell us about the design? And we've mentioned the unique experience that will come. What can you share with viewers today, Owen?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
About the brick and mortar stores, can you give any insight about what they'll look like?
So I will take this. I don't want to disclose too much information, but basically, Syrian Labs as a brand initially was built to fit a certain target audience, which is the ultra high net worth individuals, and this goes along the lines of selling Solarian, a 15,000 ultra secure mobile phone made out of exquisite materials and top-notch technologies back in May 2016. However, since we're building now a much more accessible device in terms of the price tag, and it's also a part of an ongoing, I would say, evolution in the world, which is the blockchain revolution and evolution. We are currently undergoing a rebranding process, which includes obviously reconsidering the current fonts that are using, the current messaging, color palettes, images, icons, general look and feel, and copy, obviously. That will also be incorporated in our brick and mortar shops. I can tell you that we're on the verge of finalizing this process, and the current deliveries are mind-blowing, outstanding. We would love to share with the community the results once we get the final brand book ready. And this would obviously be translated into the walls and the entire experience of the brick and mortar shops, which as part of it, beside the fact that we want to build, I would say, educational centers for people who wants to engage with blockchain and cryptos, it will also be based on a very deep, I would say, emotional experience for people who would enter our shops. I hope it answers.
Alesh is giving us some love with the great comments. Your team is amazing, by the way. Kudos, guys. Thank you, Alesh. And so most people can see you both, Nimrod and Oren, have phones there on the table. And Zach wants to know, is it possible to get a physical phone to try and beta test them? Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, we will inform the community once we have a working prototype. And of course, we will be happy to be assisted by the community in testing these prototypes.
Okay. Now, switching gears a little bit, we've had some great announcements come within the past few hours. We hope everyone has been following along with our newsletter, so check your emails, and following along in real time on Telegram to get the latest updates on the official Syrian Labs Telegram channel and our announcements channel. But in the same vein, Roy is asking a question about partnerships, a strategic partnership. Nimrod, can you tell us about the partnerships that we have going?
So basically, I think every platform, and we're a platform, relies on selecting the best partners around. Since we promised a working blockchain phone, which brings a lot of the value stores in different decentralized services and applications, we are partnering with leading blockchain companies in the blockchain realms. We already announced our partnership with Status IM, which I hope most of you know is going to be the leading messaging app, which is built on decentralized technologies, and we will be supporting their STN, their status token. Alongside to that, in order to make a seamless experience, we are working with Bancor in order to enable the token conversions and token relays. And obviously, Bancor is a rocking company, successfully raised $153 million. And if you read our Telegram channel, we just announced today our partnership with Cardano. Needless to say, ADA token is now ranked, I think, within the top 5 tokens on the crypto markets. Cardano are building a very unique blockchain protocol, which we are in the middle of reviewing in terms of technologies and implementations. We have a joint force of R&D people working together. And as we go along, we will form much more partnerships to bring other great applications and services to be featured on our phones. But alongside the fact that we're building partnerships that will deliver value to the mass market, we also need to make sure that our phone comes ultra secure based on top cybersecurity elements, which are going to be incorporated in this phone and has already been incorporated in Solarin. News to follow in the coming weeks. And not only this, I mean, this is a product that needs to be scaled and sold throughout various distribution channels. So you can imagine that we're speaking with a lot of different resellers, operators, distributors, leading vendors in different territories. We have amazing response so far. We announced a week ago that we had more than 25,000 pre-orders for the phone already. And I can tell you these numbers are only the beginning. And I think partnership, again, is an essential activity for us to grow successfully in the markets.
Now, getting back to design, Zach says, thank you, Owen, for the answer that you gave about people being able to beta test and actually hold the phone. And he gave us a nice comment again that Siren will be the next Apple. So keep up the good work for all of us on the team. One of the other questions that we received on Telegram was, can we see the design for the FINNEY? And people would like a video of a prototype before they pre-order. What can we reply to that?
We've been communicating our design intent for the FINNEY, and currently we are refining this design, and together with our ODM, we're finding the manufacturing solutions to fit our design intent. This process is called the DFM process, design for manufacturing. Basically, for every shape or form that you see, there are many different ways you can manufacture, and you can realize the form in a product. We are currently finding the best ways to realize our product in a mass production with mass market solutions. Previously, on our previous phone, it was a different process because nothing was trivial. We had to develop every single element from scratch, and since cost was no issue, it was fun. Currently, it's a bit more difficult finding mass market solutions, and as I said, refining every detail to achieve top quality for tier 1 for the flagship device that we intend to launch.
Thanks for that answer, Oren. Kleider is joining us from Colombia and just wanted to let us know that he's excited for the new association with Cardano for this amazing project we're embarking upon. And Nicola is still with us, hanging in there with us halfway through on Facebook Live today, getting questions in. Nicola asks, where does the logo come from?
It's a sensitive question, or actually an answer. You take it.
Yeah, as I said, I told earlier, the Siren is a mythological creature that has bird features in it, and since we are one of the main elements in our company is security, we combined the two. It's a shield, a peripheral shield that is composed of feather-looking elements. So we have the story in there.
Great. Okay, CJ, we're moving the microphone closer, hoping it makes it easier for you to hear us. Now, are there going to be different models of the FINNEY?
In the future, we certainly hope so, yeah.
Wonderful. Now, will the FINNEY look like the Solarin?
There are similarities between the FINNEY and the Solarin. main the main feature is the sharp edge, the tip. I don't know if you can see it from a distance, but that's one of the features we're working on to bring an edge to the design, and we're pushing the form to be unique. Most cell phones in the market are rectangular shape with different sorts of radiuses, but they all basically have nuanced differences. We want to push it a bit further.
Great. Now, for all of you who are joining us here on Facebook Live, we appreciate you hanging in there with us and getting your questions in. We want to take a quick moment. Nimrod, can you hold up one of the t-shirts, please?
Sure.
We're going to have a giveaway. The next person who asks us a question on Facebook Live, I'll ask it for you. We're going to send you one of these beautifully designed FINNEY t-shirts from Syrian Labs. So get your question in. In the meantime, Nimrod, can you help people understand how we'll be branding the FINNEY, since how we will do so will be different from what we did with Solarin, our luxury phone?
So with everybody's permission, I would want to say HODL, because I don't want to disclose too many details, especially now because we're about to finalize the process. But basically, we are building what we think is an outstanding brand from all perspective, from the entire look and feel, the colors, the font. I think I already mentioned this already. And the only thing I'm asking is be patient, stay tuned, and we'll be releasing the new brand book and brand guidelines pretty soon, and I'm confident you would love them.
That's a great and fair answer. Thank you, Nimrod. Ales is the first person to get a question in. We're going to be sending you a t-shirt, Ales. So please be sure to send us a private message on Facebook. We'll communicate with you to get your deets and send you that shirt very, very soon. So your question was, you made a comment that the only problem you can see is the price for the FINNEY. Are you sure you'll be able to compete with other smartphones? He gives us a smiley face saying he's our big fan.
So I think companies such as Samsung and obviously Apple has already raised the bar for what people are willing to pay for quality mobile phones. The iPhone 8 and the iPhone X, obviously, and the new Samsung Galaxies that came up are scratching the $1,000 price tag. And I think that it's not only think, I know that FINNEY would not fall in terms of the technological specs from these phones. And moreover, it will incorporate other very cutting edge technologies such as the cold storage crypto wallet and the blockchain network and the security features. So pricing wise, I'm pretty confident that the phone would be able to hit mass market, especially if people would understand the value that it brings with it.
Are we going to have any other celebrities like Leo Messi endorsing Syrian Labs?
Yes, we will.
Can you give us a hint?
No, I can't.
Great. Even if somebody asks a question for t-shirts, sorry, you'll have to stay tuned. But you can get the updates about that when it does happen, when we have more endorsements, when we have other news. Get the news in real time. Join our Telegram group. Be sure that you have subscribed to our newsletter, and of course keep following us on Twitter and right here on Facebook. So how can someone buy a Syrian Labs t-shirt?
Buy. For the time being, would be happy to give them as bounties, or for people who are managing local Syrian Labs communities in different cities around the world. For example, we had this amazing initiative by this guy who lives in Germany, who asked us to manage a small community group, and we gladly shared some swags with him so he can share with the community. I mean, the more advocates we'll have, the more cryptors will grow the community in a massive way, and this is our goal, hit the mass market.
Okay, Takashi Ogani from Telegram asked us, what are your long-term marketing goals? And for your product release, is it designed to be positive around the SRN price? A lot of people are paying attention to the SRN value. Do you have any plans to let SRN be more publicly available for mass consumers? This kind of ties into everything we've been talking about and sharing and announcing today.
So I think the answer relies on again the vision of Syrian Labs, which is to simplify the blockchain experience, to create a very easy to use user experience and interfaces and token conversion, etc., etc. The entire SRN. But as you know, we can't depend on the volatility of crypto tokens, which is why we pegged the price of the upcoming mobile phone in dollars. So people who, if the token price would appreciate above the 50, let's say the $20 per token, amen, one day for that, and it would cross the $1,000, we will reimburse the amount of SRNs to be fitting the $1,000 price tag that we attach the phone with. So that's one hand. That's I hope answering how we can support the SRN economy. As for marketing and obtaining brand leadership in the markets, we're gonna use all the best practices for consumer brands. From I think the most important activity, which is content, which is sharing story, creating an emotional brand based on value and based on, I would love to use the word love to its users, to its target audience. And this would be communicated throughout the many channels that we're going to be managing, from PR, which is media outreach in mass scales, out to social media management and community management. I don't know if you know, but we already have one of the largest crypto communities in the space. We're hopefully going to be hitting the 10,000 members on Telegram by the end of this month, even sooner. We have more than 16,000 people on Facebook, and on Instagram we have a big fan, and Twitter, and et cetera, et cetera. So basically, I think one of the best ways to grow a brand is organically, is using its customers. But we're going to do also media buy, whether it's going to be digital, online, Facebook, Google, like we did during the crowd sale and post crowd sale. We're going to be doing above the line, below the line. I don't know if these terms means anything, but basically we're going to use all the very, very effective channels in order to create awareness, positioning, call for action. But the most important thing is advocacy. This is our main goal. We want to make people love what we do.
CJ wants to know if you can give a rough idea of the timeline in which we'll see bigger marketing pushes, such as commercials, ads, etc.
So obviously, I think that the biggest push should be targeted towards the release of the product, and we have intentions on blowing this. We're going to be throwing a big launch event once the product is going to be ready, to include inviting the biggest journalist in the world covering consumer electronics and blockchain. And before that, we're going to be sharing on how the experience would look, especially by hopefully achieving the first shop redesign by this May already, this month of May. We already have a shop operating in London, which is going to be the first one to convert to the new, that will use the new branding. And basically, it's going to be the start of delivering on our take on how we're going to be marketing Syrian Labs.
Okay, we're in the last few minutes here on Facebook Live, so please get your questions in. We're talking design and marketing and branding at Syrian Labs. So people have been joining us the past few minutes, and just want to touch on something that people ask a lot on social media. And it's a question again for you, Oren. People want to know if you finalized the design of the FINNEY font.
We're currently at the phase of finalizing the design. We are with our ODM, as I mentioned in the beginning of this broadcast. Every single detail is being weighed. The options are being weighed, we're refining, we're tweaking, surfacing. This is what we do right now.
Thank you, Oren. Ryan wants to know, will we be able to run basic apps for businesses on the phone like Excel? And we have some other questions about the universal wallet, things that aren't really hitting on our topic today, but questions that people really are asking.
the answer is definitely yes. The phone is going to be running Android, and as Google as our certified partner, we're going to enable the Google Play on it. Every app that you're used to have on your app is going to be available on the FINNEY phone as well. So it's basically the day-to-day essentials, topped with security, blockchain, cold storage, and a very unique user experience for blockchain technologies.
Hello to Spiritu, who's joining us from Germany, who wants to know if the SDK, the software development kit for the D apps, will be for.
Yes, it will.
Last few minutes, can you guys talk a bit about the vision for Syrian Labs?
So the vision is simple. Basically, we realized that there are two big problems within blockchain technology, not mentioning that, a lot has been discussed. It's a multi-trillion market and industry. However, there's still no real usage for decentralized applications and services. I mean, I don't use currently any kind of blockchain-based technology besides doing speculative tradings. So the vision is to bring this amazing promise to the mass market by simplifying the entire experience of obtaining cryptos, converting cryptos, using different decentralized services. So basically, the first time that we will be able to show real value is when we put the most common device in the hands of the people that supports our promise. And I think it's a great start for trying to change some of the world's wrongdo's.
Okay. We are almost out of time. One quick question from Ryan. Let's see if we can get an answer for you. How are you going to be able to hurdle the compliance aspect as it pertains to data privacy and the differences between the EU and the United States?
I think it's an answer that should be answered by our dev team, if that's okay. Hardware, let's save it for the hardware and tech broadcast, if you agree.
Or Ryan, you can also join us on Telegram. We can try to get the other members of our team to get that answer for you. And of course, you can continue to join us each week, same time, same Facebook channel, to get your questions in and learn more about what's happening with Syrian Live, our FINNEY project. Oren.
Yes.
Nimrod,
Yes.
Thank you both for joining us today. Can we see the shirt one last time? Because our winner today, Alesh, we are sending you one of these beautiful Syrian Labs FINNEY t-shirts.
Not only the shirts, we have other cool swags. We have our sticker sheet from Telegram. If you want to have Messi and Moshiko shouting Hodl, this is the sticker sheets that you can use. You can show the token.
Beautiful SRN token. Follow us on our social channels and learn more about how you can get your hands on one of those.
You can also share a Syrian Labs notebook with one of our fans. It's not leather because we don't like killing animals. And we also have a cool backpack, Syrian Labs for laptops. So this will all be found on the brick and mortar shops. We're testing different products right now. So stay tuned.
And if you want some of this great Syrian Labs swag, please continue to join us. Register, sign up, subscribe for our newsletter. Join us on our very popular Telegram channel. It's lively, it's active, make great friends, get news in real time. Continue following us on Facebook, and we will see you on Facebook Live next week. Have a great day.